as we enter into a new era of leadership, empowerment, and influence. In this season 2 of Transcend with M, we want to highlight the power that lies underneath us, underneath you. On this new season, we will showcase true stories about women who, one way or another, are exercising influence by tapping on their strength and their own story. I hope, just like me, that you let all these women and their stories empower you today and shape your tomorrow, just like they have helped me. So welcome to Season 2 of Transcend with M. Know her story. Welcome everyone. I just have to say I am extremely grateful and excited today because this is the first episode of Season 2 of Transcend with M. Know her story. Now, I get stressed out because I want to make sure that there is a very fine distinction between Season 1 and Season 2. They are very, very different seasons. And not that Season 1 wasn't good, but Season 1 was a big outlet I needed. I needed to show value. I needed to demonstrate to myself that it was possible. I needed to get some knowledge and some value out there based on my experience. But most importantly, I needed to make sure that I was making a difference. That anything that I was doing will make a difference at least to one person every single week. So, yes, Season 1 was different. Season 1 was a big vessel that got me connected and reconnected with a lot of people that I haven't talked to in so long, and provided me with the diversification of topics, people, situations, and it was amazing. But the biggest thing I got from Season 1 was actually to determine what I wanted to do next. What is most important to me right now? What do I think is actually going to help others around me, around us? And that's how Know Her Story was born. During the past 4 months, I've gone through a series of challenges and through a huge change in my life that I am not sure I wouldn't have been able to go through it if it wasn't for the support of my family, my friends, but mostly strangers that are now a huge support system. And those strangers came to me because of the prior podcast that I've made, the different topics that I put out there, the different messages in social media every day. And it makes me feel so happy that I'm able to make that difference. So, Season 2, you're going to know my story. You're going to get to know others' stories. But most importantly, at the end of every single weekly drop, I have this gut feeling that you will feel empowered every single week by knowing stories not just like mine, but others. So let's dig in. Age 17. My parents made me married to someone I barely knew. And just when I graduated from high school, I was married. I wasn't able to go to my prom. I didn't know what it meant to graduate, have a party, none of that. All because, my parents learned that I was having relations and they didn't accept that, not until or if I was married. At age 18, I was found almost dead of an overdose caused by my husband at the time. He drugged me through food and drinks, and I woke up in the hospital next to my mother. And that's all I remember. By age 19, I was divorced. I was going through therapy. I was attending college full-time at night and working full-time during the day because I had to pick up myself and I had to provide for myself. At age 20, I finally got myself back up and running. Found a really good job, became president of the Chamber of Commerce in Puerto Rico, of the Youth Chamber of Commerce of the South Chapter. I moved very well into political circles, and I was involved in a lot of town initiatives, and I gained tremendous exposure. I left all the other years behind, and I started to trust myself again, and I did it. I was doing something with my life. I was doing something with myself. I found a really good mentor. His name is Fernando, and till today, we're still in touch. And he was a tremendous support for me. At age 21, I met my now husband. And I decided to move to Massachusetts, leaving my entire family behind. We got here with less than $500 on our pockets after, paying 2 months of rent because we really needed somewhere to live. And, he started working on manufacturing, and I quickly found a job on the medical field. It was all starting to make sense, but, my loneliness was taking over me because I grew up with a very loving and tight family. By age 22, I was out of a job. I lost my first kid, my first baby. And all alone without support, and my now husband working 12 to 15 hours a day to keep us going, I will say it was very challenging, to say the least, right? So later that year, I found a new job. Actually 3 of them. And I was working at the Liberty Mutual Research Center of Safety. Then I will go to Walmart after that to work there. And in between, I will babysit and also teach Spanish lessons to some of my counterparts' kids on their homes. So I started to find myself again, find myself being helpful. My life has started to get some meaning, especially having kids around me and having people around me that believed in me. But something was different. I wanted something more. I needed purpose. And I needed to do something more with my skill, with what I knew I had within me. So I let myself in, completely in, and I started absorbing everything around me. And slowly, I fell in love. I fell in love with myself, and I fell in love with what today I call my career, which is the insurance industry. At age 24, I bought my first apartment. I started working in the city and was truly having the time of my life. We were finally in what for us was a good financial plan and finally enjoying each other, having a little bit more time, not having to work, 3 or 4 jobs. We put ourselves together. We had our little apartment in Framingham, and life was good. It was just the two of us, and it was great. At age 25, I had an amazing birthday surrounded by new friends I've made here. And that Christmas, I got pregnant. By November 2011, I had my arms surrounded by love, and my beautiful daughter, Veronica, came to this world. However, due to my high-risk pregnancy, because I kept losing my kids, I lost 3. I had to leave my job in the city, and I loved it. I made really good friends there, and I loved working in Boston. So I took a demotion to be closer to the doctors and to be closer to home, not to having to take the train and having to have to drive to the city. But I still was enjoying being in insurance, and I was able to continue to work at a certain capacity that helped me understand other aspects of the business, which was great. However, unfortunately, we weren't prepared financially for the impact of not just having a kid, but now owning 2 homes. And I wasn't making what I used to be making. So it did put a lot of pressure on our relationship. And between all of that, in 2014, I made a move to join the independent channel, which is where I'm now. I also got separated from my now husband for a while, and we had to sell our home. And it took me a little bit to get back on my feet, and we needed to figure out what did it make sense and how we were going to provide a good future to our daughter. So 2 years in between all of that, 1.5 years, give it a take. We were able to pay all of our debt. We were able to, carry on raising our daughter, and we found our new home. So that was great, because now we love our home, and we love that our daughter has some stability, and we're not moving from place to place. We hope to stay in this home for a very long time. But I also found another home, a working family. And that working family opened up the doors to knowledge. I was able to work there and grow as, tremendously professionally. I had the opportunity to grow that company from the ground up. I took a lot of pleasure on developing the people that it's either still there or not there. I developed a name for myself, and I also did a lot of groundwork that, in my opinion, will last for many years to come. But after 6 intense years of, hard work, and I gave my everything, the owners decided to sell, and I felt like everything started to crumble right in front of my face. So about 5 months ago, I handed out my resignation, and it wasn't met with ease, I will say. It was actually very painful, and it put me in a position of questioning myself, personally and professionally, because I kept asking myself if I did just wasted 6 years of my life, giving myself to people that did not really care the moment I said I was going to leave. So with all that pain, I had to pick up myself once again, and I had to reach out to different people, ask questions, put myself in a position of pain in order to be able to grow and learn. But at the same time, through all that pain and through all that hurt, and most people will see like, oh my goodness, she's weak, it's just a job. For me, it wasn't just a job. It was my life. It was my family. It was everything. But through all of that, I am extremely grateful to have gone through what I did. Because today, I and everyone who helped me has put me in a position to win. Because of all of that, I am able to believe in myself again. So here I am, age 35. Yes, I am 35. I am trying harder than ever. I'm starting all over again. I'm embracing a journey of empowerment and embracing change, embracing vulnerability, and giving myself once again another opportunity to succeed and another opportunity to fail. Because yes, life is a cycle. You can grow without failure, and you can grow without pain. So I decided that I needed to arm myself with valor, courage, and positivity. And I needed to spread the enthusiasm that I share about my industry, about our people, about everything good that we do to protect others. And for the first time, I understood, and I understand now, that this is not a journey about myself alone. This is a journey about everyone that I have been able to help on all these years. All the customers that we have been able to protect. All the college graduates that have been able to intern and have learned, and today they are doing amazing things. So, what I have to say is that even my story is just beginning. We all have the power of making tomorrow better than today. And it all lies within you. So no matter what life has in store for you, just know that is to make you better for tomorrow. Today, I am eternally grateful for the grace of God, for every single person that one way or another has had an impact in my life. I am grateful because I have never gone to bed hungry. I have always found a shoulder to cry on. And there has been, directly or indirectly, people that has always supported me one way or another. So with this, I want to thank you today, because this is a story I don't share often or at all most of the time. I don't think most of my family knows either. You always keep them on the loop for the good, but not for the bad, right? So I know that to whoever is listening today, that all I have to say to you is that never stop believing in yourself. Because when you do, that's when you stop making an impact around you. But when you do believe in yourself, regardless if you know it or you don't know it, you have to be sure and reassure that you are making a difference in someone's life. So again today, challenge yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Become vulnerable. Dress yourself with courage. And change the world with me. Hey y'all, thanks for listening. I hope that you found this episode inspiring and that one way or another you were able to identify with today's story. Remember, like Catherine Stockett said, you is kind, you is smart, you is important. Start believing in yourself and empower those around you, because you never know when suddenly someone can realize they have a choice in what they could believe and do in this world. If you don't follow us yet, please subscribe at our YouTube channel, which is under my name, Monica Adwani. You can also follow us on Instagram at TranscendwithM. Or if you just want to chat with me one-on-one, make sure to just connect on LinkedIn and send me a message. It's Monica Adwani, and I'm always here for you. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next week.